Everybody, it's RS. It is May 18th. Happy May to you. Congratulations to everybody who received their champion bonus yesterday. Hi, David. It's good to see you.
Hi.
I hope that you had a really good meeting with your physician today.
Everything went pretty good.
Okay.
Long day. I slept all afternoon.
That's great. Did you do any blood work?
No blood work.
Okay.
With Parkinson's, there's no kind of blood work to it because it's something they have no cure for, but it's all about testing my hands and my body, my legs, and the strength and my muscles and stuff.
Well, I'm anxious down the road. I know you just started the glutathione, but I know that down the road, as that empowers your cells in your body, that that probably is going to impact Parkinson's. It will impact the Parkinson's in a negative way, which will be a positive for the rest of your body.
Yeah, it's having me sleep a lot better already, a whole lot better.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, I'm glad to have you here. What I thought that I was going to do today is I am going to talk about our motivation for wanting to start our own businesses. And then I want to talk about some of the magic words that we can say, what we should say to people. So we're going to do this in two parts. People start their network marketing businesses for different reasons. And the best question to ask people is, what's your why? I mean, David, you received emails from me for 11 years on and off for different ventures that I was doing until one resonated with you, and that was our Fuel Tab division. And so you joined and wanted to start your business, and now you are an avid fan of some of the products in our wellness division as well. So what I'd like to do is just roll. That being said, I'd like to roll it back to asking you, what is your why? What was your why when you received the email from me about the fuel tabs for starting your own business?
Well, of course, the fuel tabs were something I could connect with because I've been a mechanic on the side all my life. I enjoy anything to do with the motors and engines. And plus, too, at that time I was driving a truck, working a lot of hours. I was just
Right.
so tired of working so many hours and being gone a lot during the day. So I wanted a whole lot more time freedom.
So it was about recognizing that you could save money and help your equipment stay well, and that also you could help other people do the same thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I talked to a guy this week, has a gutter and siding business. He got some fuel tests. I'm going to start testing them out for all his equipment. So I hope I have another good customer right there.
That's wonderful. And, just so everybody that's watching this after watching the recording, your why isn't a static why. I mean, it changes. Your why has morphed now because as Gobi came out with their wellness division with the WOW and the glutathione and the POW, your why kind of shifted because of your wife, Cheryl, right?
Yep.
So you want to speak to that a little bit? I'm putting you on the spot here.
Okay, kind of say that one more time.
Your why for doing the business, which was originally the fuel tab business, shifted a little when we came out with the WOW weight loss product and then the glutathione.
Oh yeah, because my wife's had a lot of not really thyroid and hormone problems for a long time, and my wife had never been able to lose any weight, not consistently, and
Right.
these new products have been a miracle for her. She's losing weight constantly every single week.
So that's just absolutely amazing, isn't it? So now our world expands. Those of us who came to Gobi for the fuel tabs for helping other people and saving money ourselves, and building a business, and that is a $1 trillion industry in itself. Then Gobi expands and comes out with the wellness division with these two extraordinary products, and you and I have seen for ourselves that it has actually done miracles for our lives particularly. So our whys shift a little bit. We can take that information in our brain and we can translate that to when we're speaking with people, prospects, who either want to do the business or people who just might in the beginning want to be customers. Share with them those stories first about, why you came with the fuel tabs or about Cheryl's experience and now your experience with the glutathione and Cheryl's extraordinary experience. I understand she lost 17 pounds in how long now? A month?
Yeah, just a little over a month. Yeah.
And you know what? That's extraordinary. I too have lost 17 pounds, but it took me almost double that to drop those 17 pounds, which speaks to, ladies and gentlemen, the fact that my body is different than Cheryl's. She has different things going on that I do, and our bodies do things and readjust at different time frames, and that's okay. The important thing to remember is these products have efficacy and they're extraordinary and they do work. So when you're talking with somebody, you know what your why is. You want to find out what is their motivation for either wanting to do the business or wanting to be a customer. David, when I'm talking with somebody who is a prospect for the business, I don't talk a lot. I just ask questions. Like I ask them, what is your challenge? What is your reason for wanting to start a business? And if they get stumped, I can rely on a question like, well, we're at 30 to 40% inflation right now, and that's been growing for the last 2 years since the pandemic. Has that affected your family? And then I stop talking. And I listen and I take notes with a pen and a pad, and I write down the things that they tell me. All the things that they tell me are hints as to what their why is going to be, what their motivation is going to be. So then I can feed as we're building a little relationship and we discuss these things, I have all this stuff journals. By the way, I always keep files on folks, and I always try to find out what their birthday is, when their wife's birthday is, if they have any new grandchildren. I always comment when I see on your wall, different things that are going on with your grandkids, and I make a note of it so that I can say to you next year, oh, congratulations, it's the anniversary of the graduation or something like that. Because when you develop a personal relationship with people, especially these days, it lets them know that you are relating to them as a human being and a person, not a dollar sign. So when I'm chatting with somebody and after I've asked all of those questions, then I do a little dream building. And what does that mean? It means I might say to you, David, well, I know that you're concerned about Cheryl's weight and about the remainder of her health and the health of her thyroid and stuff like that. And I know that the more healthy she gets, the more time she can spend with the grandkids and help you with your with the things that you're doing and stuff like that. Wouldn't it be great if we could get Cheryl to the point where she's off all of her medications and you're off all of your medications, and you could spend more time together and you could spend more time helping other people do the things that you always wanted to do? Is that something that you would be looking forward to? So I'm dream building with you, and then I would let you expand on that and tell me some of those things, because that's really what's important here. My being able to show you a solution for whatever your problem or your challenge is at the time. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, for sure. Listen to them and see what their wants and needs are.
Right. So, and don't forget and be sure that I know you have a lot of customers. You're the customer king on our team. And I know that you know most of these people very, very well. Don't forget to be visiting with them and, continuing the relationships, which I know that you're doing just because of who you are. But most people in network marketing, the number one fear in the entire world is still getting up and speaking with people and talking with people. So even network marketers tend on clamping down and not wanting to say things to other people, even after they bring them into their business, even after or they're a customer and they make a sale. But what we have to do is embrace our customers and embrace our promoters, our distributors, and find out as things change. And indeed, your motivations have changed a little, your why has changed a little. And as you continue to grow, you're going to have different goals that you want, which are different than the ones that you started with. So what I'm going to suggest that everybody do is visualize and do some dream building of your own. And when you visualize, it's very important to use all of your senses, your sight, your smell, your nose, your smell. How do you feel about things? Your hearing. So David, I'm going to visualize for you that one of my goals is to build a house near the ocean. And that house is going to have a wall of French doors out looking onto the waves. And when I visualize that in my mind's eye in a picture, I see the curtains blowing back and forth because I have the windows open, and I smell the sea air because there's a little breeze, and I hear the crashing of the waves. And I will be sitting in my living room, and I can open up those drapes, and I can tell you how that makes me feel. I feel relaxed. I feel blessed. I can walk out onto my balcony and I can look up at the stars, and I feel that I am one of those stars. I am a point of light in God's universe, and I feel loved, and I feel that I belong. So notice what I've done in my picture in my brain, my visualization for that house that I am going to build. I can tell you what color the drapes are. I can tell you how big the French doors are. I can tell you that I can smell the ocean, and I've used all of my senses. When you do that, whatever your goal is, whatever you're visualizing, and you bring all of your senses to it, it brings it alive in your mind's eye. And that is what is very important. And it's important to practice this and do this every single day because it brings it alive. Now, what do we say to people when we talk with them? You know, sometimes we can talk to people, and if we lead with, oh, I found this terrific weight loss product and I lost 17 pounds on the weight loss product. Some people go like this, and they shut down right away because their brain is going ding, 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 ding. She's going to try to sell me something. So you've had that happen to you too, I'm sure.
Yep.
And that's not even our subconscious. That's our subconscious protecting our conscious, saying she or he is going to try to sell me something we're not interested. Instead, there are some magic ways. And Big Al Tom Schreider, who was one of my mentors from years ago, teaches a great course on this. And I will impart to you what he teaches. He has a magic phrase, a sequence of words that you can use when you're talking with people, and just don't blurt them out, but they're in the context of conversations that you're having with people. You can say to them, gee, you know, Mary, I just found out. And at the end of that, I just found out. When I say to you, David, I just found out about a fuel tablet that will help reduce my cost at the gas pump, extend my gas mileage, and I don't have to spend as much money on oil changes as I previously did. I'm making a statement. Now, I'm not asking a question. I'm not trying to sell you that. I'm just sharing with you, I just found out this information. David, I just found out about a product that turns off the cravings in your brain. And so you can stop eating all the goodies that make, you know, that help you get weight on, and it will suppress your appetite. You know, in the context of a conversation, when you learn how to do this, let's say you're selling utilities. I just found out how to reduce my electricity bill. I just found out how to bring my wife home from the second job that we needed to get because of the pandemic, and now she can spend more time with the kids and the grandkids. I just found out how to buy my healthy coffee at a reduced price and get paid for it every time I drink a cup of coffee, and be healthy and boost my immune system. The trick is that once you say that statement, whatever it is, I just found out, that you stop talking. The first person to talk loses. In other words, talking and you let the other person digest what you said, that statement, I just found out, speaks to their subconscious. It doesn't speak to ding, 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 ding. She's trying to tell me something. I'm imparting a piece of knowledge to you, and then you get to make a decision. And your subconscious is making that decision. Do you want to know more about the coffee or don't you? Do you want to know the secret to losing weight and turning off the munchies in your brain or don't you? Do you want to save money on your electricity bill or don't you? Do you want to learn how you can bring your wife home from a second job so she can enjoy her life with you and spend more time with the grandkids and with the children or not? Once your subconscious makes that decision, then you will say, gosh, David, I'd like to learn more about that, about turning off the cravings in my brain for that weight loss product. Or my husband needs to lose some weight. How would that work, David? Do you see the fine difference there, David, between just coming at somebody and having them go like this, thinking that trying to sell them something and allowing them to make a decision? And by doing that, you're actually empowering them to give you permission to give them information. And that in itself is worth $1 million. You can, yeah, your business will really, really, really turn around. I've been using this technique for many, many, many years. Big Al Tom Schreider does lots of free trainings. You can find him online, Big Al Books. He also gives away books for free as well. You know, the myth in our industry of direct sales is, oh, find somebody who's $1 million earner and get him into your business and then he'll make you a millionaire. That's a myth. It doesn't happen. Even if you are a successful millionaire in network marketing, it happens very rarely. Find 1,000 people and personally sponsor them in your business. You could spend a lifetime doing that. Some people can do it, some people can't, but it's a myth. That doesn't mean that you're going to build a successful business. The way to build a successful business is to, excuse me, pay attention to people, have personal conversations with them, find out what their motivations are for either your product or for building a business. Our Govee e-commerce platform is a product all by itself. And some people lose sight of that. But there are people struggling now because of the pandemic. It's going on 3 years now that lost their jobs, or now they're having to, you know, sling hamburgers at McDonald's because they lost a white collar job because the business went out of business or the shop went out of business. There's 40% inflation. On the previous call, I was mentioning the fuel tap call, David, that Breitbart did an article today that I read that said there's 61% inflation, and people are getting more and more upset about that. And the reason is because it's impacting their lives now more than ever. When they go to the supermarket, when they go to the gas station for gas, when they go to the dentist, when they go to virtually buy anything, 61% inflation is an incredibly high thing. And they're getting more and more depressed because that inflation is extending. It's not going away anytime soon. The federal government, instead of doing something about it, is compounding the bad effects of it by raising interest rates, which is the worst thing that you could do right now. I'm not saying that. That's by the economic advisors. So people are looking for different ways to supplement their income, make back the money that they lost, and are realizing that in order to do that, there is a viable, legitimate way to do that, and that's home-based business. They don't have to pay rent on a building or an office. They don't have to buy tens of thousands of dollars worth of product. They don't have to pay salaries and taxes on those salaries. They don't have to pay an accountant to help them structure their business. And David, I don't know whether you caught it or not on the Tuesday call, but Lance Conrad, our owner, just gave us the great news that no longer will a new promoter of Govee have to pay $20 a year, which was a silly amount anyway. No longer have to pay for their e-commerce platform. It is a $10 million platform. It lets you do business in 60 countries around the world. We have 19 distribution centers. And by the way, the one in the Philippines, they can actually walk in and do meetings now. We also, you can coordinate all of your customers and your promoters, and you can see who needs some help in building their businesses. It gives you training. It gives you there's a calendar back there. It tells you when a calendar for when you're going to get paid. We have an international pay provider. It's iPayout, so they pay out all over the world. So David, you are in Tennessee and I'm in Austin, Texas, and we can sit here and we can recruit people to our business in the Philippines or Mexico or Germany or Poland, and they too can participate, and they will also get paid by iPayout. So that's absolutely extraordinary. And now it's not going to cost us anything to initiate our businesses. So I would tell a new person starting out, please figure out what your why is. You will be uncovering it when you talk with the person who invited you or starts a conversation with you about building an e-commerce business, or perhaps you're just going to be a customer and you're going to start your business because you're interested in the products. It's okay. I'm a product person. I have 50 years of natural remedy experience, and I have always been a product person. It doesn't mean I don't build a business. It means that what's important to me is the efficacy and the quality of the products and what they do for me and what they are going to do for you. Other people find that the product for them is the business, the potential of the business. How much money will this business generate for you? And you know, David, when you get 2 people and you help them each get 2 people, you have 6 people. And guess what happens? At the end of the month, every single month, Govee pays you a residual of $100. That's the cost of your monthly product. Now, when you add a third person, then you have 3 people who have 3 people. That's 12 people in your organization. So you help 3 people, each get their 3 people. Govee pays you a residual every single month of $300 a month. I bet you know a bunch of people who would really enjoy, and it would be meaningful for them to just make an additional $300 a month. Yeah?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that could pay some high electric bills that are going to happen this summer, or pay off some of the heating bills. We had a bad winter. It could help maybe with a car for Junior who's going off to college. It might pay off some doctor bills. You might stick it in your cookie jar for your vacation or for the new car that you want or something like that. When we get 4 people, we just add another person and we help them get 4 people each, just help them add another person. The company pays $500 residual every single month. And by the way, they pay on the first Wednesday after the 15th of the month. So this Wednesday after the 15th was the 17th. And so we got paid our residual income. Now, when you get 5 people and add 1 more and you help them get 5 people. And so this is about helping other people. This isn't about you or me, David. When I help you get your 5 people and we help them get their 5 people, then Govee is going to pay you a residual every single month of $700 a month. Let's do a little dream building if we would. What would you do with an extra $700 a month?
Buy some new vehicles.
New vehicle. Okay. Maybe start a food pantry for your parishioners.
Yeah, we have one. Yeah, we have one at church. We used to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could supplement that.
Yep.
Maybe start a little fund for folks who are going to get in trouble this summer with their electric bills or their other utilities?
Yep, we get plenty of calls at church like that.
Need some help, sure. So this is also ties into our dream building, but the company purposely built a compensation plan that is unlike any other compensation plan in the industry. And I've been in the industry full time for 30 years. In order for me to ever make my money back, I had to have 100+ people. Burt Green, one of our three owners, was the number one the first distributor in USANA, which is a huge company now. And Burt shared with us that he had to have thousands of people before he could make $1,000 a month. Thousands of people. And then $1,000 a month really is nice money for people. But when you want to create a full-time income, nobody can live on $1,000 a month. So he had to create 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 different positions and build them. And each one needed 10 or 15 or 20,000 people in it for them to generate that $1,000. In Govee, in order to generate $1,200 to $1,400 a month, you need your build up to your 5 people, help them get 5 people. You have 30 people in your organization, David. And then you are making that $700 a month. And with the 2-team bonuses and the matching bonuses, which are 20%, you're making between $1,200 and $1,400 a month. But it then exponentially grows very, very fast, because as people start experiencing our products, if they're like me and the business was not my primary goal, the products were my primary goal. And especially now that they have the health division. And also we're looking forward to the coffee division. It will be a smart coffee, which is a health coffee. And by the way, it was formulated by somebody who created $1 billion coffee business. He pulled the formulation from that company because they wanted him to cheapen the formula. And they also got into trouble because they started messing with the compensation plan. This gentleman was brought to Govee and they have signed contracts. And he has improved that original formula. And so it will be coming out sometime in June. Now, David, this may shock you, but I don't drink coffee.
I don't either.
Right. But I don't like gummy bears either. And our pal gummy bears, they're apple cider vinegar gummy bears. And I must say, I ordered them. I cleared my brain. And I said, okay, I don't like them because I actually drink Bragg's apple cider vinegar every morning and every night. I don't mind the taste of it. I'm a sauerkraut and pickle scout. So it's got an odd flavor to it. But some people like a little sweet. So Zane Gray formulated this gummy bear. Again, I'm not a proponent of it, but I did order them, David, so that I could taste them. And now I use that bottle and I give out samples. And I am bringing in more and more people like you, customers, and then promoters as well. So you don't have to naturally like a product. I don't drink coffee, but I'm smart enough to know that that is another multi-trillion-dollar industry. So when the coffee is available, I will purchase some of the coffee and I will start sampling it out to people and selling it. And then I'm not going to say to people, I don't drink coffee. And I will taste it just because I want to have the experience of it, like I did with the gummy bears. But the bottom line is, whether you're here for the products and your wellness, or the wellness of your pocketbook and your vehicles, you are also here to make money, to make your life more comfortable. And David, I work with everybody, and I know you do too. I don't care whether somebody just wants to make enough money to get their product paid for, or whether somebody wants a part-time income, or they have a goal to get a new truck or a new vehicle, or maybe start a college fund for their grandbabies, or maybe to have an extraordinary vacation. Maybe you'd like to take Cheryl to Puerto Rico for your anniversary. Maybe you'd like where are your people from, David?
Germany.
Where are your people from? Where's your family from?
Well, originally from Germany.
Okay, so maybe you'd like to take Cheryl back to Germany and discover, the place where you came from, the villages where you came from. That would be a dream vacation. You could earmark some of this money for that as well if you wanted to. It doesn't make any difference to us. It doesn't make any difference to me. I'm in the business of finding out what other people's goals are and making them happy and making that happen. Does that make sense to you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right. And before we end this call, I must say, Karen Marshall and Angel Hall have created some great systems for us on Facebook for those people who are technophiles. I'm not, I don't even text, but they're creating something now. You can look in Go Time Social, and they've created, I forgot what they call them, but it's going to be, if you're using your smartphone for texting and stuff, you'll be able to download this program for free, and all the files and everything that are on the Go Time Social will be on your smartphone. And then you can just send that stuff to the people via your smartphone too. I just might have to learn how to use that. I'm just settling into Facebook, and I'm using the groups. I know that you are too. And we're having great results with the ad tag. It's really terrific. Do you have any questions, David, that you'd like to contribute?
Not at the moment. I am talking with my neighbor right now. I'm thinking he's going to become a promoter. He's really interested in the field tabs, and I think me and him could have a lot of fun working together. Like Burke was saying Tuesday morning, find you a partner and work with each other. It'd be pretty exciting.
And that's a great idea. Let me ask you this, we have from our team a Super Saturday in Memphis, Tennessee on June 23rd and 24th. The ticket is available in your back office. I know that you're coming. How many folks are you bringing with you?
But two for sure right now. Hopefully I can get my neighbor come along with us. It's only about 4 hours to Memphis, so.
It's a 4-hour drive?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm going to fly.
So,
yeah. I think the flight is shorter, but by the time you get done, all the information is in the back office. Please keep me advised of the amount of people that you're bringing.
Okay.
So that I know. And I know that there are people from the rest of the company that are going to be supporting this Super Saturday, and Burke is doing it. Rico and Smiley are hosting it, and it's going to be awesome. I'm so excited for you because I attended the event in Salt Lake City, and it's one for the books. I will never forget it. And as many people as you can, whether they're customers or they're potential promoters or they are promoters, this is something that they will not want to miss. Burke Green is such an even-mannered, lovely man with no hype. He's ethical. He's smart. He is so passionate about Govee, and he has a large amount of knowledge. So it's something not to be missed for anybody who'd like to learn more about the products or the business. We're going to get cut off here, so I'd like to say thank you, David, for co-hosting this with me tonight. And for anybody else who is watching this call, please get back to the person who invited you to watch this call and see how we can help you move forward, build your dreams, build your vacation, and help you attain your goals and dreams. Thanks so much. Thanks, David.
Bye-bye.
Okay, good night.
Good night.